Well, hey guys, it's been a while. Oops, I did it again. Didn't upload videos for how long, but I thought I'd give you guys just a quick tour of some of my fans and even some vacuums that I've got in my house here. Just a little tidbit to catch you guys up. I now live, or I guess I should say I now own my house here. My parents have finally officially moved to my grandma's old house, which is over that dark yonder. Pretty much 2 months ago now, I think, or maybe it's a full 2 months, I can't really remember. So that's why Kitty's now in the house. Doesn't live in the shed anymore. She just can't get enough of that stove. I guess the first fan we'll look at is the old Eco fan. I think it's Caframo, yeah. It's got a new motor on it, so it works like a champ now. Couple of newer fans there. I made a video of that thing forever ago. Never made a video of this classic box fan, but who cares. I've been trying a few different fans out in this window, but ultimately went with the 12-inch Super from the 70s. It's quiet, it moves a ton of air, it works great. Anyways, this is a Kirby Heritage vacuum. I haven't done anything with it yet. The motor seems to run fine, but I'd like to take it apart and see if it's got sleeve bearings that need to be quickly redosed with some oil. This is the power nozzle from an old Filter Queen of my grandma's. There's the rest of it. It's all tore apart, getting some bearing love. But anyways, here is I don't know, early to mid 90s Canarm BDF 42. It's a little newer style than the last one I made a video of. It's got the integrated light kit there. And the blade brackets are also stamped steel on this one instead of being the solid metal brackets or whatever. Usually it's on low, but I have it defrosting some frozen milk there. And then there's this thing. I don't really know what brand this is. It's like AC something. I was just up there looking at the sticker too. But it's got a very similar model number as those two unbranded Hugger fans that I have. So I don't know if it's the same thing or what, but I do notice that the little gliders for the pull chain switches are the same, and the switches feel the same when you pull them, and I don't know, I think there's some other similarity, but anyways, yeah, that's it. It's a nice old fan. Blades are kind of warped, as you can see there, but big deal. So I guess we'll move on up out of the porch here. Oh, I tripped on my rug. Yeah, that's the porch. These two fans have been in here for quite a while, especially this one. Anyways, here's the kitchen. This thing's sitting on the table right now. I had it in my hallway. Yes, I have a ceiling fan in my hallway even. It gets about a good 1-inch clearance from the wall there. I took it down because I just had this brand new furnace installed. That Coleman that you guys would have saw in my last ceiling fan tour video. Got a cracked heat exchanger and was rendered dangerous to use, so $4 grand later, brand new furnace. Got my tranquil chimes there, just a giving her. Anyways, I did want to wait and make this video once I got my two ceiling fans up in the living room, but I don't know when that's going to happen, so I figured I better just go ahead and make the video. Guess I'll show you guys my computer real quick. It's fancy schmancy lights in there. The home screen. I'll show you guys some of the lampage I've got here in the house too. I'm just crazy for those light up base lights. Some of my plants. Here's an old swag lamp. That was it always in my grandma's house. I finally put it up in here once my mom and dad moved in there. And there's another light up base lamp. Although this one didn't come with a light in the base, so I installed my own. So it has the little turny switch down there. Oh, looks like my lens is brutally dirty. I ain't stopping and starting this video over again. I got my little 6-inch super going up there, kind of just pumping some heat down. Just trying to find ways I can be super cheap with my propane and just live on the wood stove. And here is this first generation Canarm Galaxy, if you want to call it that. This is the model before they utilize the vents on the bottom of the motor. You can see they just have like covers over them. I don't know why they're like that, but the top vents on the top of the motor there are open. Anyways, this thing suffered a major over-oiling when I got it. The bearings were stiff and a bit noisy, so I dumped 10 gallons of friggin' oil in the motor and completely soaked it, and even everything in the switch housing was completely soaked. I did take some videos of taking it apart that I'm gonna mesh up together and upload someday, but anyways, so I completely disassembled the motor, cleaned out the bearings with WD-40, and obviously blew out all the WD-40, and put some white lithium grease, or no, I didn't use the white lithium, I just used some old axle grease in it. It's like the red stuff, it's actually the same color and stuff as the original grease. But from now on, when I do this, I'm going to use the white lithium grease. I like it better. Anyways, that one I don't usually use much because I like the heat to just come out of there and zoom right past and go into the living room. Whereas I have that one on, I'm kind of theorizing that it'll restrict the flow of heat into the living room. I don't know. And I've got the Unity that used to be right here, moved over here now. And it just gives her all the time on low. I've got that fan pointing down in here. See, that's why I want to seal up the floor underneath, because it you can see where pipes come through the floor there, a bunch of cold air gets sucked up. And well, I didn't have a furnace for a few weeks. It would get pretty dangerously cold along that floor. So like when it gets -30 outside, so I had this fan pumping some heat down there. So the wood stove is enough to keep it warm down there. At least when you run the furnace, you know, the vents under the floor there have leaks and stuff, and it must do a lot to keep the temperature up underneath this floor. Prevents areas like that from getting so cold, but with no furnace, it's just raw -30-degree air coming up from around those pipes. Anyways, once I fix up and seal that floor underneath, it'll be fine. Not a breath of air will come through anymore. That's why the cupboards are open, just to help heat get in there too. Although it's not even cold tonight. It's only -10. But anyways, I never did take my painter's tape off from the paint in the windows. Anyways, let's zoom on down to my old bedroom. You can can see my old height markings. That's how tall I was when I was 9. And I think I was like around this area somewhere when I was like 5, I don't know. But anyways, we're not looking at that. Here's, I think we determined it was a Heritage Spectre. The fan with the really wonky warped blades. Well, I just, because I own multiple new Unities that had the decorative blades, so I just robbed the new blades from them. They're the exact same blade as this Spectre's was. So I just give it a new set of blades and put it up in here. I think it's kind of a neat fan. It does look really odd, but at the same time it looks super unique. It's as if they just took the housing off of a motor and put a gold stripe on the motor and called it a spinner. Anyways, yeah, that's that. There's another one of my light up base lamps. Still pretty messy in there. I still have to clean her out a bit. And we'll just walk down the hall a little ways into this office here. I want to look at a couple more vacuums. Here is a, I don't know if this is an 80s or a 90s Filter Queen Majestic model. The one from my grandma's that's in the porch is just a regular Filter Queen, but this is the Majestic model. I don't know, somebody's real hardcore into collecting vacuums. Maybe they know what era these are from. I believe, because I took this one all apart too and oiled the it had sealed ball bearings only in this vacuum in the motor, so I just cleaned and greased them. That had one sleeve bearing and one sealed ball bearing. But anyways, there's a sticker in that says inspected by, there's initials, and then there's a date sticker of like 86 or something, but I don't know. I could have swore these were from the 90s, but maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. And here's a super neat Filter Magic, they call this vacuum. Me and Grandma picked this up at a flea market sale thing. It's like mint condition, man. I never had to do nothing to it. Although I did, this thing seemed a little tight, so I took it apart and lubed up its bearings, and it works really good now. But yeah, that's that for that vacuum. So I've got 4 oh, and then I got my grandma's Kenmore Intuition. I mean, this is a little bit of a new vacuum for my tastes, but since it's grandma's, it's got some specialness to it, you could say. Anyways, up to the ceiling fan here. This is the, I guess this would be a Can-Arm Galaxy, but a 42 inch. Because I don't know if they were making catalysts at this time. Maybe this is a catalyst, I don't know. But it's, I think the model number is PF42. So that's what I know it as. But yeah, it's, well, I was going to go into all the details about it, but I think I already covered all that in the video I made of it a long time ago when it was on that super long down rod in the shack. It's in here now. And I still got the Poopy Duck booster fan in here. I really don't like it. Honestly, I think the old tiny 5-inch fan, the TMHB fan that was in here before, moved more air than this thing. It's pretty weak. I just have the vent closed off, so I'm just being super cheap and hoarding my heat. And in here, got another light up base lamp. There I am when I was a baby. Mom and Dad still never took that picture out of here. Anyways, this is the fan that I had up here for a while. That I didn't know the name of it, but according to Jean 2291, it's a rare Can-Arm, so I guess it's that. But yeah, I give the bearings a couple drops of oil and they just got noisier, but they did loosen up a bit. But yeah, the bearings were just too noisy for me, so I ended up taking it down. But I did put this up in the spring when my parents were still in this bedroom. And I can't remember the original reason why I took the BF42 that I had out in here. I think it was something along the lines of I wanted to, I don't know. I can't remember the reason why I took it out, but I guess we'll just say, just for the heck of it, put this thing up there. But yeah, once I own the house now, I find the bearings are just too noisy to sleep with. Just lots of white noise it makes. So then I thought, well, hey, wouldn't it be cool to put up this unbranded 42-inch fan in here with its big honking sticker on the switch housing. And I did say I was going to put this in my living room, but I've decided to put the 2 ceiling fans up in the living room that don't have lights. Since I wouldn't be able to use them anywhere else, I might as well use them in a living room where you traditionally don't have a light on the ceiling. But anyways, the old droopy wonders in here now. I was contemplating trying to bend those blades back straight again, but we all know how these solid metal brackets are or whatever. I'm scared they'll just snap. So I'm kind of just pondering if I should risk it or not. I probably won't. I'll just leave them saggy. Anyways, yeah, that's that. That's all the fans in my house except for this sunbeam thing here. And I think that's it. I guess I never really touched on what fan this was. This is the, I think this is called the Promo Deluxe by SMC. And, whoops. That night I made the video of it, when I just temporarily put it up in the shed for the video. The bearings were making lots of noise. But it had to be just purely because of the cold. I didn't even oil it, and I put it up in here and ran it, and they're just as quiet as they used to be now. So they make a little bit of white noise, but it's not anything serious. Although while it's down now, I might just go ahead and give her a couple drops of oil in each bearing just to see what it does. But yeah, that's it. Oh, forgot about the little teeny tiny classic metal fan there. And I believe that is all the fans in my house as of right now. I'm going to put that 42-inch 5-blade Nadair over there. And I'm going to put the 36-inch Canarm PF36 or first generation Canarm Unity right here. They're both fans that have very slow low speeds, and figured that would be just perfect for in here. And I'm putting a 36-inch fan here because I don't want it to suck all the heat down right here before it reaches over there. That's kind of like my theory, was have a small, like a 36-inch fan here that spins slowly and just brings down just a little bit of heat right here, but there will be plenty of area to go around it, for the heat to go around it, shall I say, and then get sucked up in the bigger fan over here. And I want it to have slow RPM so it's, you know, you don't feel cold when you're underneath it. So, and plus, like I mentioned earlier, they're both fans that don't have a light kit, so this is like the one and only place I'd be able to use them. So that's that. That's my house. Thanks for watching if you've made it all the way 20 minutes into this video.